Good morning, America. It's been what? Well, this
A
will be
month at least.
This will be 3 weeks in a row. So this would be the fourth. This would be the fourth week, I think. So it's
Yeah.
been 4 weeks since we recorded an episode,
Busy.
and I'm pretty much to blame. I would say I'm to blame for that. Since the 8th of February, I have been. Well, we bought a house. We closed on a house or whatever, which we talked about in the previous episode, but we closed on that on the 8th, and I think we've had 3 days off since then, and it's in March now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, March 4th.
Fourth.
This will probably be the third day off. One was a weekend, and then we took off like another Thursday. It has been nonstop. We bought pretty much a fixer-upper. Well, I would say move-in ready, just all outdated. Just like everything was ready. We could have lived there or whatever, but we were tearing out carpet and there was newspapers underneath it and stuff, and it was from like the 60s, early 70s on some stuff.
Yeah, I was telling my grandpa today, I'm like, literally anything that you could possibly think of that you'd have to do to a house, windows, doors, paint, walls, like plumbing, roofing, siding, like that's what you have to do to your house.
Yeah,
It's literally like anything you could possibly think of that you have to do.
The first day, like as soon as we got the keys, it was like early in the afternoon or whatever. I drove there. I think I maybe went to the gym, drove there after that, brought the sledgehammers and just started taking walls down, like ripping carpet out, just next one room to the next. Me, Jake, and Anna, I think it was on the first day, and it was just like we had the whole garage just full of garbage, and then thank goodness, like Anna's dad has been like super good helping us with cleaning it up. So like we would throw all the wood and carpet and whatever out in the garage, and then he would come by with the enclosed trailer while we were at work or whatever and throw it all in the fire pit and burn it if he could. So that saved us a ton of trips and like not having to order a dumpster. I'm sure we're definitely going to have to order one in the spring because we're supposed to tear off the siding and the roof and re-roof it. So we got all those shingles to get rid of, a bunch of siding. Yeah, we have roughly 10 grand in just exterior, like just siding and the roof. We haven't really spent too much yet inside, but we haven't really started putting lots of things back together either. We only have one room that's like getting there.
Which one?
The one we did the flooring in. You and
the kitchen?
Me, you kind of right next to the kitchen, like the dining room technically.
Yeah.
Basically going to be a dry bar and a little mini fridge or some whiskey barrels and stuff for the table. I'm pretty excited about that. I want to get that done and just have a place to be able to just have a drink or relax or just end the night after nonstop, like tearing the thing apart. Like Friday night, we'll probably be there 10 o'clock. Saturday, we'll probably go work out in the morning, and then by 10 o'clock, we'll be there till 8 o'clock at night. Maybe longer, depending on what we decide.
You don't have a whole bunch left, though. Like, all the demos done.
Yeah, that's huge.
You're starting to drywall.
I put the steps up.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
You were working on it Sunday.
I finished that closet. Has like one more piece of drywall, but I don't want to put that up because we have that. There's a live wire hanging there, and I don't have a light, and I need to like either eliminate that and rewire it with newer wiring.
Yeah.
Because I want a light in the closet, so I can't put that last piece of drywall. I can't put that on yet. I did around the door frame because that was all ripped out. I redid that. I might take one more wall down though. The bedroom wall. It's got like if you feel the wall, you can feel the lath from the old sheetrock or like
plaster.
The plaster. There's almost gonna be no plaster in that house by the time we're done ripping it out. Yeah, I know. We have like 2 walls in the living room and kitchen combined that would be plaster out of I don't know, 10, 12, because they're all just ripped apart. Yeah, I did the steps, and they don't come into the living room. I thought it was going to come out one step into the living room. It, like 2 inches, the face will come around. So I think I'm just going to round it.
It's probably good though.
Yeah, I think I'm going to round it into like that beam or that column that's going up steps.
Hide that one wire I ran.
Yep. Yeah, that's gonna.
I ran that the wrong way. I should have went left. There's wires that run through the floor, like right in that wall. I seen after I was done running it.
To the other outlet on the.
Yeah.
To the
There
bedroom. That's why they go to the bedroom.
And there would have been room. I could have probably snuck another wire, but oh well.
Oh well, there's gonna be drywall up on there, but so the ceiling, and then the last living room wall will all be done, hopefully this weekend, and that would be a.
Then you can get the canisters.
That would be a huge relief because as soon as the lights no, we won't put the lights in yet. Then at that time we'll be able to come in and drywall texture the whole ceiling, all the walls, pantry, like whatever we have to do, and then all the drywall work should be done, and then we can put the lights in. We can paint, or we could paint then put the lights in. After the painting,
I put the lights in and then paint.
just so you have like the.
Just I don't know, in case you screw it up. Like I don't know, you don't cut your hole. Like if you start cutting and it like kind of chips out the corners or something, then you can always like paint over that.
Yeah, just tape around the lights. That'd be fine.
Or at least cut the holes in.
Yeah,
and then paint.
True.
I guess.
We'll probably cut the holes in right when we put the drywall up, I think.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time. Like, as somebody's setting the next sheet, somebody will be back getting that hole finished. Yeah, then the next... After that's done, we have the bedroom. And we want to tackle the bedroom. Like, as soon as all that drywall's up, we want to tackle that bedroom because... the bathroom and that bedroom will kind of get done at the same time, and then the living room. And once that's like, once the flooring, like if it's painted and there's flooring in, I don't care if like where the trim, that's gonna be one of the last things we do. The little like appliance things that have to get done, that's gonna be at the end. But we're gonna move in there by. She wants to by the end of the month. I think it would be awesome if we could. Really what it comes down to is like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday work. I'll get like little things done during the week, but then the big stuff is when like people can help. Like when you can hang things together, or like somebody's cut in and getting measurements and then somebody's piecing things together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my one room is pretty close. I need 2 whiskey barrels, which I have in on that, so hopefully those are coming. I have the table ready. I just have to epoxy the top of it. And then I need a some cabinets. So I might go to like a resale store and just see what they have.
If you go to that M Shuttle,
that's where Anna wants to go.
Take me with you because I need a new kitchen sink, like a counter sink thing.
Oh, like for your dishes and stuff like that type of thing?
For a bathroom.
Oh, okay. A new vanity top?
Yeah.
We just got one of those too. We found it on Craigslist or on Facebook. It was pretty nice.
But if you go to M Shuttle and you bring a truck, then if I can find something, then I can just put it in your truck right away.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, I can always find a way to get it home, but
I think.
Which the one I have, the one in there would probably, it's so small it'd probably fit my car, to be honest with you.
Like it would. I think Anna fit one in hers. Your trunk, it would have fit.
My seats don't fold down.
Really?
So probably wouldn't fit in the trunk.
My trunk's huge. I want to go. I'm debating on. I think that if Jake and those guys get back, Jake and Ben get back by the end of like Friday, Saturday, I would like to hang the ceiling and get all that done. Or maybe Sunday we could do that because that'd only be a couple hours. Because then on Saturday we could go run up there and then get some supplies and whatever else too. Like I need a couple more sheets of drywall. We're probably gonna use double what I thought we were gonna use, just because we started like we could chip a wall and be like, that's plaster, rip it out.
Yeah.
Like we didn't intend to. We knew it was plaster, but then as soon as there was like a problem with it, we're like, just rip it out. You're already hitting at it. So that's been pretty stressful, honestly. I used to be so set in a routine when I would get home, like when I get done with work, go to the gym. After the gym, I had 3 hours or 2 hours of things that I would like do every single night. Like reading, there's like simple things though.
Yeah.
Like reading, trying to like do a video. So I was doing like 2 videos a week or whatever. That only lasted a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden this happened, and then I'm just super excited for all of this to be done. We're like, you sent in that picture the other day smoking the cigar. I was
Yesterday in the driveway.
my heart like dropped.
Yeah.
I could feel the euphoria of when we
was so good.
when we sit there and just chill out, like, and because it's like it's that springtime feeling, you know, where it's not really warm out, but you're sitting outside in a sweatshirt and you are perfectly fine. And it's 5 o'clock, you know, in the afternoon.
It was 45 degrees out yesterday, and I'm like, I might have to take the sweatshirt off. It's kind of warm. Like, that sun's hot.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be one of the first things I do when there's gonna be a time where as soon as it's all done or the last big project is over, I'm just gonna sit there for like an hour and just. I would want to just smoke a cigar or something on like the back patio or
glass of whiskey.
Yeah, definitely. I was just looking at my shelf today. And I'm like, I just want to put this up, and I have a Four Roses bottle that hasn't been popped open yet. I think I'm just gonna go right to that.
When you like, and it can't be like we're done. All we have to do is paint.
No,
the paint.
No.
It's got to be.
It's
Everything's
like putting a piece of trim or something on.
No, nothing. Nothing has
Nothing
has to be done. Then you can finally do it.
No, that's what I mean. Like the last piece of trim.
Yeah.
Because I want to do like my trim last, just so it doesn't just get beat up. And,
yeah.
And it's one of the last little touches, I think.
All the tables are in.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. My recliner.
The TVs are in there. Like,
yeah. So that way I can come back in, maybe grab another glass. Sit on the recliner, the TV set up. I can watch some YouTube or something.
You know that if you leave, like, even like, well, we just have to hang the TV, so it's done. But
no.
And then you like crack the whiskey and you light the cigar. That TV isn't gonna get hung because now in your head, you've already told yourself it's done. So like, it's got to be 100%.
I want that feeling of it's all done where. You feel so accomplished, and yet you're like, I can just let loose a little bit. I can get to a decent routine again. Oh yeah, I don't have to come home from work and I gotta saw this, I gotta measure this out, I gotta go pick this up to get the bathroom done. Dude, I just want to be able to walk in, like, throw my dirty clothes in the laundry, take a shower. Like, I'm just excited for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be so nice,
dude. It's been freaking intense. Like, I hate running back and forth to different places. I get in like this zone where I can feel that my heart rate's just high, and little things will agitate the hell out of me. And there's a lot of days where I'm in that zone, and I know it's not good because it's like not so like mentally that it like stresses me out or whatever. Like I can feel the stress, but like it's not good for my body to, you know, be constantly at like my blood pressure 150 over 70 or whatever.
Yeah, Sunday I could tell you were getting all worked up.
Oh, dude, they're like, I don't know. I'm trying to like think of. I've been trying to be really aware of it, you know, and then I'm trying to like think of things that I can do to like calm myself down while I'm
Yeah.
going through it, because
You were doing
Anna's
the
getting
steps.
fed up with me.
You were doing the steps Sunday, and I was doing the wiring, and I could tell like I'm just gonna get my shit done, and I'm just gonna get out of the way
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I don't mean to like. The worst thing is like also know that one, it like affects me and like me and Anna, like our relationship, but then like two, like people are trying to help and all that, but it's like it's a fun project for everyone. They're just like messing around on it, but I'm just like, fuck, like this needs to get done.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, oh, we did this wrong. Like I'm not gonna say anything. Like this person's just trying to help. Like those kinds of things. Where
yeah,
Sunday was pretty good. It was just getting to like a longer day where I'm
yeah,
just ready to go
and
home.
hungover.
Yeah, I'm just ready to go home. That's one thing too that will throw a wrench in your day. That's why I had like, it was nice going out, like seeing kids from school again, like some of my good friends from school. But me and Anna came home that night too. I'm so glad we did that, because
Yeah.
I would have felt terrible if we would have wasted half of our Sunday driving home, and I don't really want to do this. And it was good that you and Kyle came to help too, because that gave me a little bit more. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did come Sunday. That's right. I thought Monday, but he was. What was he doing Monday? I don't know.
Yeah, I found out. So I've revamped like the past month of like setting goals. Like I've always had like things that I knew had to be done, but I never like. It was always like hard to like come home and then like figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So now it's like every Sunday, I set at least 1 to 2 things to get done with the house. Like 2 workouts have to get done. Like I have to work out
for
twice
your
a
week or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like if I wait till Friday, that means it's got to be done
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's like I set like all these things, but I don't put days to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's working out. Like I've been super.
As long as you like get it done.
Super productive.
Yeah, it's working for you like that way.
And it's given me like I give myself enough time that I'm like have plenty of free time to like do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But yet I'm still being like.
You're slowly chipping away at some sort of productivity. So yeah, I was thinking of that too. So I was super good at going to the gym in the mornings, doing cardio, and then going to work, and my days felt so much better. Dude, the last month, it's just been like, I don't even...
You don't want to get out of bed.
I'll hit like snooze, I'll hit snooze again. I never used to do that shit. And it's starting to bother me mentally, like, all right, like, it's just kind of like, I already feel stressful about things, but I know that if I were to get up and have that little win, that 4 hours later in the day, other things would not be bothering me, because I'd still kind of be riding off of that win that I mentally am beating myself. Because now I know I'm just putting myself in that spot where it's like, dude, you know that this isn't helping you, and it's actually negative to me now, like, because I know I do better when I get up and go do things. So I'm trying to like do a little revamp, and it sucks with the house and all that, but I've been thinking about it the past couple of days, and then today I was listening to Andy Frisella's podcast, and he started talking about how he has like 75 hard, that one, and one, I forget what else he calls it, like 1 year. He has 75 hard. That's like one phase, and the next phase is like 1 year of something like a. So I think 75 hard is, for those of you who don't know, I guess, you have to work out twice a day for 75 days. One workout has to be outside. I think it has to be like 20 minutes or something is considered your workout. So like Andy would just go walk around the warehouse or whatever outside. Their warehouse is
huge. Literally
like a 20-minute walk around. I was just watching one of those videos.
He puts it on his stories all the time.
Yeah, when he's walking and stuff. And another thing was you have to read like a non-fictional personal development book for at least 10 minutes a day, which I that used to be one of the keys in my routine. Like at least 20
Yeah.
minutes a day, I would read, and that was one of my favorite things before bed. Like 20 minutes instead of just watching videos or TV, I would read, and then you have a power list or a top 5 or something like that, where you have 5 things you have to do each day. That is not a habit, like not something that you already always do that is like productive. So 5 different things that is productive to you, like doesn't matter how small it is. Like getting up early, like not hitting snooze, like something like that, that you like aren't good at or not doing, but now like you did that. So each day you had 5 things, and then you have to have a set diet, stick to the diet, and no alcohol, 75 days. I think I want to I want to start it's sad of me to say this, because like I guess I'm being a bitch for not starting yet, but we have that vacation coming up, and I have the wedding the week before that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I don't have any other weddings or anything like that until like November. So I could easily do the 75.
No, because you're gonna finish your house.
Yeah.
That'll be done within 75 days.
And then
well,
there's also the thing too. There's no exceptions. If you fuck up, you start over at day 1.
I was listening to him today, and
I might do it and then just mess up and go back.
Sal was talking about, I think it was Sal, was talking about how he did one, and it was maybe it was part of 75 Hard, where every day you have to wake up and you have to remind yourself of something you're thankful for.
Yeah.
And you have to tell your
gratitude.
Yeah, and you have to and if you forget in the morning one day to do it, then you start over.
Oh, also that was another thing, before bed.
And before
10
bed.
minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes you sit there. So like say I would do my reading. I already do this, like I feel like I'm pretty aware at understanding that visualization and things like that, like setting your goals, but also like taking the time to kind of like a meditation on it or whatever. So yeah, it was 10 minutes before bed, and if you fall asleep or forget and you forgot, you start over.
Yeah.
Start over on day 1. Like Andy got really far in too. Started over completely because he had some family thing come up for like 2 or 3 days. He wasn't on the program. Started over. And like once you get, there's like 3 phases of the yearly thing, and once you get to like phase 3, there's something with that where you can't really start over on how it goes. I was just listening to it, but I forgot. I guess I'll see when I get to phase 3.
Yeah, dude, you won't be able to do it for a while though, because we don't go on the trip till the end of this month.
Yep. But that could
you gotta wait till you're done with the house.
Completely done.
Yeah.
No siding and everything.
Well, no, because you're gonna
want.
Are
you talking interior?
Interior, because you're gonna want to have that glass of whiskey.
Oh, absolutely, and definitely the cigar.
Yeah. Do you think, not to change subject, but do you think I'll be able to get cigars on the plane?
Yeah, I think you can bring them. You can definitely bring them back. You can travel with them.
Can you?
Yeah.
Like in your carry-on bag?
Yeah, I would just put them in your big luggage.
I'm not putting luggage in the plane.
You're not even bringing a luggage bag. You're putting everything in the carry-on.
My luggage bag is my carry-on.
I think you might be able to then. We'd have to look that up.
Because your carry-on can be like a small luggage bag, and then you can bring a backpack along with that, right?
I could fit all my stuff in one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because then I'm like, because I ordered that box of cigars and that 10-pack that
I would
we're
like
splitting.
I would like to at least have 2 while we're down there.
Oh yeah, at least.
I want to do a morning one and definitely like a nighttime one.
Yeah.
Dude, that time we went duck hunting and had the cigar with that coffee. It was a hazelnut coffee. You remember me, you, and Bubba?
Outside.
Yeah,
right
my
after.
house.
Right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flavor that cigar brought out in the coffee was insane.
It was like blueberry.
It was insane.
Yeah. I kept saying this has to be flavored coffee, and you're like, it's not, dude. I'm like, go check, because I'm tasting like
Oh, yeah.
it was blueberry.
As soon as you said that, it was just bam in my
Yeah.
face. I'm like, oh my lord, like totally, dude, it is changing. And then you take a couple sips without it, and it would just kind of fall all the way. And then take like a little hit on the cigar, back to the coffee, boom,
Blueberry.
just smacking. Yeah, that was super cool. That's another thing I want to try too is have like how we bought a bunch of the same cigars like the 1875s. What size were they? Like the Robustos or the big Churchills?
No, they weren't. I think they're the small ones. Let me look.
I want to take a couple of my favorite bourbons and then pair them with the same cigar and see if I get different flavors out of the bourbons or that cigar. And
They
then
were Grand Toros. Is
Toros,
that a
yeah.
size?
Yeah, well, there's
Are they-
Toros and then one size bigger than the Toro, and then I think it's the
So are they like the real small ones? Like
no, it would be the second step up from our normal,
yeah.
I believe.
And then I don't know the 10-pack. I don't know if they're the 1875s or if they're just like a promo. They're the Romeo Julieta promos. So I don't know if they're just like they're not the 1875s.
They're different.
I don't know.
It doesn't.
It doesn't really say. But either way, it was like that's still a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I'll
$110
I'll
for
take it.
30 cigars,
Definitely.
and 20 of them are the 1875s.
I like those
Oh,
cigars
I
too.
love those.
Actually, when we were down at Wildwood Toast or whatever this weekend, one of the kids had one just sitting out, and it was just sitting on the desk, dude, in the wrapper. I know, with like two other ones. I'm like, dude, I hope you don't even try to smoke that, and then be like, this is dude, the one thing I'm not like a professional at any of it, like, not even close to professional. But it is funny that every time someone smokes a big cigar, they're like, dude, this is pretty good. Like, this is a good cigar. Like, just like, dude, you have no idea what a good cigar is or whatnot. You got that at the mobile gas station,
Yeah.
like that thing's been on the shelf for months.
Not in a humidor.
Yeah. I just laugh. Like I said, I don't know a ton, but you can pick up slight differences, and then all of a sudden you taste it and it tastes like black tar, and you're like,
Yeah.
Like-
It's like someone put a bunch of raked up oak leaves into
Yeah.
a fucking
yeah,
wrap.
exactly. Oh, dude. So we're working at Mid-State Aluminum. That's where I'm
Oh,
at
yeah.
right now. Do you know anybody that works there?
Yeah, my cousin and his friend are maintenance guys.
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah, Kevin and Kyle.
Yeah, dude, we're pouring this slab. We get like halfway through, and so I was looking at it. I'm raking on one side, the other dude's raking on the other side, and I'm like looking, and you can tell that there's like a belly going on in this thing. Cause then when they were pouring it, we used the pump truck, and like they would run my edge, go over, run the other edge, and then fill back in. And you can just tell when they're not on one spot long enough that obviously it's not going to get enough concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were staying in the spot roughly the same amount they were staying on the edges, but then if the edges were high, the middle would be low, right? Because they're not staying there long enough. Well, I'm like starting to see that, and right when I'm like starting to see it, I said to the guy, I'm like, I think we're probably gonna need like a couple shoots up here or whatever. So he brings it back up. We shoot a little bit more in there, and the finisher has the laser out, and he's like checking one of the edges, like 10 feet back where we just came from. He's like, we're like a quarter-inch low. Checks another spot. Yeah, we're low. We literally had to start back over from the beginning of like, we did like where like semis would back in and stuff. It was just like a big straight.
Yeah.
So we go back, we check a couple more spots, low. So we literally had to take the screed, start back over, rake a bunch of concrete back up there. Well, anyways, so it doesn't go good, like typical. Half the time they just go like shit. Something happens. Well, then we get to the end, and I'm like magging off like the last foot, and all of a sudden somebody's like, "Hey Matt, nice ass." I knew right away, dude. I'm like, freaking Kevin. Like, I just looked up. I'm like, "Hey fella," like just laughing, and then all of a sudden, like a minute later, dude, he's like, "This is the retard I was telling you about." Just yells it out across the freaking thing, like across the job site, dude. We're like 120 feet away.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my soup like looks at him. He's like, "He was just saying the same thing about you." Like, and all of a sudden, my soup comes back over. He's like, "You know that guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my cousin." He's like, "Yeah, he said he had somebody that or a relative that worked here, but he never said your last name." He just starts laughing or whatever. And apparently, they worked with them last year. They had another like addition and
Yeah,
stuff.
we were there.
Yeah,
I worked there.
Yeah, and then so that's the time. Wait, tell your story. Was that the time when?
Yeah, so I put this in. That's at Mid States.
Okay.
And
that back 40.
Yeah, and you had like, they had all the Italians working on like their machinery, like setting everything up. So then I had to boom out over the top of these guys and then over their equipment, and I'm up at the ceiling, and all of a sudden I hear my foreman, "Hey!" And I look down. I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Get down here!" And I'm like, what is he like?
Yeah,
I'm just like bolting everything,
like,
like we're all done. Like, I'm just making sure everything's good. He gets down, I get down. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Get outside!" And like all pissed off, like pulls me outside. He's like, "What have you been doing with that lift?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I haven't moved it in like an hour. Like I've just been like going up and down, like tightening bolts, like making sure everything's good." Like, he's like, "Well, this guy said you're driving it like a fucking retard." And I'm like, "I have not moved the lift in like at least an hour." He's like, "He said you almost ran over one of the Italians." He's like, you bumped into the brand new equipment." I'm like, "No, I didn't." He's like, "That's what he told me." I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "I don't know. One of the maintenance guys." And I look through like their little like service door, and here's Kevin and Kyle's face like plastered up, just dying. And I'm like, "It doesn't happen to be that guy, is it?" He's like, "Yeah, he said you almost killed somebody." And then I'm just like, "That's my cousin and his stupid friend." Like, oh my, he's like, "Are you serious?" All of a sudden they whip the door open. And then Kevin's like, "Yeah, that was him. He was the one driving it." And I'm just like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Like, he was like, he almost ran me off the job site because I had some made up story that I'm driving the lift, almost killing people.
Could you imagine if he sent you home? Oh my,
dude, I probably would have gotten sent home if those stupid faces weren't plastered up against that door. Dude. He was probably would have walked me off the site.
Oh, I was saying to those guys, I'm like, "Yeah, he's something different," like laughing about him. They're like, "Oh, he's always got something to say or something funny." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's him." Like, he has a comment.
Was Kyle there too?
I don't know. The sun was like coming over the building. I couldn't see into it. I couldn't even really see Kevin. I just knew his voice, and I saw a guy pointing at me like "You bastard." Yeah, I didn't even text him. I was gonna text him at break and just be like, "Yeah, moron!" Like, oh, if I would have done that, he would have came back and kept yelling more stuff.
Yeah,
I know it. I wish you would have said more things. It is funny. Like, I wish you had been hassling with the finishers or something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh yeah.
Knowing Kevin, unbelievable.
Says you almost killed someone.
Like, "You almost ran over one of the Italians." And I'm like,
dude, they would do that too.
Yeah.
"Hey, this guy's driving like a complete idiot. Like, just hit some stuff."
And the foreman I'm with is like, he's a good guy to work for, but he gets like pretty nervous sometimes. Like,
yeah.
And the job wasn't going good. Like, we were behind on hours, or we were over on hours, and like had all these louvers and stuff to put in, and like, so he was kind of stressing already. And then here comes Kevin and Kyle, telling him that they're like, his one help is almost killing people on the job site with the lift. I'm like, "Dude, you guys are dumb."
They did. Oh, I think it's funny. Like, what would have happened if you would have got walked off and they would have just been like, "What happened, dude?" Like,
oh yeah.
You know,
it would have never gotten figured out because like they
might not. Yeah, they probably
would have just let me go home. Like,
yeah, they wouldn't have said anything.
No. I would have had to like, And like if you get sent home for something like that, like you get written up and like
yeah.
it would have been a whole safety issue. Like,
You'd have had to talk to them about, hey, this is what happened, and no,
I wouldn't have known either. Like,
you would have kind of been like, you know what, like
maybe
those
eventually.
bastards. But then if you would have just thought that story up, and because you'd be all flustered, and you'd be like, what would have happened? I bet they would have done this, and you would have asked them, no, and then like say you came in and they're like, honestly, the only thing I can think of, these two morons over here.
Yeah, that could have actually gone really bad because
that's what I mean. Like, well, but it's good that they ran over to the door to be like,
yeah, like peeking out the little like the skinny ass like. Kevin's on the bottom and Kyle's up. My cousin Kyle's over his shoulder, like peeking. They look like a bunch of 2-year-olds, like giddy with excitement, like Santa Claus is waiting around the corner with their presents or something.
I remember the first time you told me that, like, I was dying, dude. Like,
yeah, we were
because I could totally picture those idiots standing there. Oh man! And then I asked Kevin like a week or two later. He came over and he was telling me the story too, and I'm, you asshole.
He was pissed. Oh my! I should ask Todd next time I see him if he remembers that. That was a couple years ago. And the funny thing is,
you should ask him and then say, yeah. Well, they did it the same thing to the other kids, the other guy's cousin.
The funniest part of that whole story was that I had never used a boom lift like that. It was like an electric one. Like normally I'm used to like the bigger like gas powered ones.
The Genies or the...
This was like a little electric one that you'd have to pull all these safety features to get it to move. And like we were like maxed out like the way we were boomed. Like to get over everything. Like we were bouncing and like he had to like show me and like made me like drive it out in the parking lot to show that I knew how to like...
Yeah, so when you came back in there, you wouldn't be just falling over on...
And then, like, a day later, they pull this, like, you almost killed somebody. And, like, my foreman, like, I'd be pissed, too. Like, I just taught him how to, like, use it. Like, I told him, like, I'm pretty new at, like, boom lifts. Yeah. Like, don't have a whole lot of experience.
Yeah, so it didn't even cross his mind these guys are messing with them.
No,
just like,
it was 100% like...
Yeah, you haven't worked with this guy for 5 years where... He knows your ins and outs. Like you know how to do this, know how to do that.
No, I had never worked with the
guy.
Never worked with him before. Like,
oh man,
it was like my second day with him.
Dude, that would have had me nervous. Like, what?
I was scared.
Yeah, like this guy's what? The hell?
He like I thought he was screwing with me at first. I get down and I'm like, what? He's like, outside, like pulled me outside, like right by his truck, like out the door, like down, like. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
That guy said you almost killed somebody. And I'm like, I haven't even moved it in like an hour.
And then he thinks you're bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You ran this over and you banged into their brand new equipment. He's like, this line is the only one like it in the entire world. Like, they had like all this like...
Making some one thing, right?
Yeah. It's the only place in the world that has all of them, like all of the components. Like...
So it doesn't have to get shipped somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the only place. So, like, that was a big deal that their brand new thing, they told him I rammed into it with this fucking lift after I almost ran over some Italian.
They would make it worse. They would do that.
That brand new equipment, he just banged right into it. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Oh my god!
What kind of retard you have up on there? I can just hear him. Laying into Todd about like.
Oh, keep feeding it to him too. Like especially when they see that he's taking it, they're like, "Oh, you should have seen how stupid he was on this." Thing. Oh yeah, that's.
And then they don't have just one maintenance guy. They got Kevin and my cousin both like giving it to him, like teaming up on him. Like, who the fuck is driving that thing?
He's probably like thinking this is some sort of management guy too that's just on his ass about it. Oh man.
Oh, he laid into me, dude. And I'm just like, I have no idea. Like, honestly, I have not touched it in over an hour. Like, maybe to go up and down, but not to drive it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm already boomed over the equipment. Like, if I banged into something, it was our own duct. Like, and it was like big, thick duct. I'm like, there's no way that like it did anything. Like, oh no, they said you ran this over, and I'm just like, who? one of the maintenance guys or something. Like he's explaining them, and I'm
all flustered up.
the one's got a ponytail and like this and that. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm putting two and two together, and I turn around, and then I see them two idiots plastered their face against the door, just giddy with excitement. And I'm
Dude,
getting my ass fucking
They won
chewed.
that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Then I like point over, is it these two idiots right here? And I'm like, then I knew, like, is it these two idiots? And he was already like pissed. He's like, yeah, them right there. And all of a sudden the door whips open and Kevin's like, yeah, it was him that was driving it. And I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
He's got me chewed out.
like that's my cousin and his stupid friend.
He probably didn't believe that for a second too, and he's like, "Oh man."
um,
Oh, I'm glad that mine was a little bit more lighthearted than yours, because
Yeah.
if I would have got bitched at 6 a.m, I would have been. I had no idea Kevin was there, like,
yeah.
and then find out that he's buddies with my soup from working there the last couple times, So they're both laughing. Him and the one other guy, the carpenter that's been there for the last couple of remodels that they've done.
Hey, Matt, nice
He could.
ass.
Oh yeah, that he just screams it across the job site, dude. And the next business over heard him. I just look up, knew right away. I couldn't see him. I could just tell, like,
Yeah.
you bastard. It was pretty good.
Knew right away it was Kevin.
Oh yeah. I hope I see him again tomorrow, and it's not anything bad. I'm not really doing anything too bad there. I'm just like we're just pouring walls and stuff outside, right outside the door, so he doesn't really. I wish I was inside now, like doing things.
Where are they putting that?
Right when you take a, if you're going past Rolling Meadows, you take
Mhm.
a right, then you're on that road.
Mm-hmm.
You take a left, right to like, before their parking lot. You take a left. There's like a little roundabout road,
Yeah.
dead end thing, right there. So that way the semis
Okay.
can just back. So they're adding another 100,000 square foot on the backside by the 40,000 that they put on that you guys just did
Mhm.
or helped do. To sell so the reason we're putting these pads in is so we can make it where the semis pull in fully enclosed, because the loads can't get wet, and all it is the aluminum or whatever for like camper and RV walls to build like light walls, but so that's all they are. They do 3 loads a week. They take them to Indiana. Apparently it's real high dollar loads. They're the only company that does this,
Yeah.
and they're trying to do 3 a day for the next couple of years, because I guess RV sales have just been stupid. So they're doing this $1 million job to probably make millions in the next 2 years, and then they're adding another 100,000 square foot. That must be a decent company, or they're doing really well with. I guess that's what they do. They just find little niche things and
Yeah.
that people need, like little manufactured things, and like the steel and aluminum and stuff, and then.
Yeah, because it's literally like stacked to the ceiling of just billets of aluminum.
I've only been in like right where the loading thing is. It's all maintenance stuff,
Mhm.
and then a couple machines, and you can't really see. You can see it just goes, but you can't really see what it entails.
Yeah, whatever we put a bunch of exhaust and some like duck socks and stuff up in there. But
For
yeah,
all the CNC machines or something.
no, what I just showed you was the exhaust for like when they put the billet in, it melts it down, and then it was like exhausting all that heat and the smoke, and then just like we put a fresh air exchange unit in, and then like that connected to like a big like duct sock that
For like
we
the whole
wired
thing.
up for that whole like section.
That's one thing I do like about like going to big things like that, and then kind of getting to work with that kind of like finished stuff. I think finished stuff is a little bit different than here, go break this wall down and do that. Like, I've been cutting the last 6 weeks. I have like 10 more weeks left besides our vacation week. That's going to be a major refeed week. But then I'm going to start the 75-day hard, so then the cut's going to get even worse because it's going to be 2 workouts a day. But anyways, from the last 6 weeks, just like going in a deficit, I lost weight way too fast. I lost like 7 or 8 pounds in 6 weeks, and like a pound a week at my body weight to where I want to be is too fast. Like that means I'm probably losing muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so freaking sore, dude. Like the last thing I want to do is swing a hammer. Like I'm just, it's like they talk about like when they do bodybuilding shows where people do like the extreme cutting, how tired they get and like they just want to sleep or eat. Like that's literally how I've been feeling. And the worst time is with the freaking house, dude. Nonstop running.
Yeah.
I like have almost all my meals like, except for like my last one of the day is already all like done for the each next day or whatever. But I can definitely tell I'm in like a deficit because my joints ache. My back's been sore for like weeks now. From every time it starts to get better, I have to end up raking a ton of concrete or something. So then I'm sore as hell for another couple days. And I noticed for sure that it's definitely from the cut because I didn't really ever like I would get sore, but it was from my lifting and stuff. Work was just nothing, like didn't seem like anything, but it's all like just pot. Like I don't know if it's the longer days too, like an hour or two. Like I'm on my feet for almost 7 hours more, and then I'm losing probably an hour or two of sleep that I used to get.
Yeah.
Just in the past month. That's been huge because usually I get 8 hours. Boom, like that was my thing when I was in like my routine, getting good sleep, like the personal development stuff, working out, mentally, physically, like financial stuff, like just boom, like right on top of that. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like I'm just glad, like I'm aware of it early. Like it's only been like a month. Better to be like finding this shit now than some people that takes years where they're like, oh man.
Yeah.
But I think it helps that we do like this because like we stopped doing this and like the holding like myself and like us accountable to like boom locking in on it, and then like it helps me lock in on other things too. Kind of like I've said before on here, like the Jocko, he says like if you're gonna skip a workout, don't skip today, like the time you thought about it.
Yeah.
Plan to have the day off the next time, not before the workout you're supposed to do that day. Like that's kind of it. Like just kind of pushing one thing off, well that snowballs into the next and the next. Like getting out of the routine. Well then I miss this, then I miss that because I'm just like not locking in on stuff. So now the intensity's gonna pick back up. Well, tomorrow I'm gonna start, but Monday will be a new week and whatever, and then we'll just try to lock in till obviously the wedding and the vacation. But then vacation's gonna be 4 or 5 days of eating good food, and I'm pretty excited for going on vacation.
Oh, dude, I need it.
We're going down to. We're going to
Gulf Shores.
Pensacola. Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Well, it's
It's
not in
supposed to be like
Pensacola.
70. That's where we're playing. That's where we land,
yeah.
and then we drive a little bit. But I don't know where the exact.
It's in the Gulf Shores.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's the actual city, isn't it? Gulf Shores.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's where we're staying.
That's where
I'm
we're-
just letting.
it's-
I'm
yeah.
letting the girls take care of it too.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just like, let me know how big of a check I have to write, and
Yeah.
then I have to meet you to go there.
Yeah. I just gotta get there. It won't be fine. That's what I'd hate flying. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that, but
Dude,
I'm looking forward to that.
You have Keegan and Sadie and Anna to go to fly with down there.
True.
I fly by myself down there and back. Nobody's
How
on
many
my
times
flight.
have you been on a plane?
Once when I was 10. I'm so fucking scared.
Yeah, dude. Wait till you're at the airport and you got to go through the whole process
Yeah.
of you got to go here. You got to be at this gate.
Yeah, don't. Dude,
It's
I
not
paid,
too bad.
I paid $60 extra to
To
get on a different. So I could have flown Delta both ways and it would have been $60 cheaper. But then on the way down, I'd have a layover in Atlanta. And everybody tells me Atlanta is fucking huge. Like
Yeah.
Atlanta's supposed to be crazy big.
But
Like
now
one
it's
of the
probably a good
biggest,
time.
one of the biggest in the country. Like,
Yeah, it is a huge airport.
and then so I'm like, well, I'll pay the $60 extra, so I go to Charlotte, North Carolina, on
And
the way
then-
down,
and then
just to
over.
get used to it, and then on the way home I have to hit Atlanta. So at least I'll have a little bit,
Yeah.
and both my layovers are like an hour and 40
So
minutes.
you have plenty of time to.
Yeah. And I'm actually really excited. I fly down there. I get down there at like 7:30.
Dude,
You guys don't.
You're gonna go get mixers.
I'm gonna go Uber. I've been googling like bars to hit up or like
Yeah.
places to eat.
Get good food.
So
and be tuned
you guys,
up.
once you guys get down there at 10:30, it'll be 11 before you get up. It'll be 11 before you even get off the plane. It takes like a half hour to unboard. Go get the car, and then by then, I'll be all fucking tuned up and Uber to wherever I have to fucking meet you guys to get in the car to go drive an hour to the house.
That makes me a little jealous.
I'm
'cause
so excited for that, dude. Just by myself,
That's
exploring
a
the
nice
town.
little afternoon, or
Yeah.
evening versus like us where we don't get to start our day really until
The next day.
yeah, because I mean we'll probably wind down a little bit or whatever, have a drink or something before bed, and then kind of just see the place.
I don't think we're even gonna get there till after 1 o'clock.
I don't think so. So it's gonna be like I'm exhausted from workday, traveling, boom. But then like everybody we're with is relatively early risers. Like Carly and John always up early.
Mhm.
Anna will get up early. Me and you were used to getting up early. I think it'll be good because I would like to get up before this, except daylight savings time. But I don't know how bad it'll be.
Daylight savings, I just looked it up. It's March 14th, so we'll have 10 days. No,
So it'll
14 days.
It'll be dark out. and
Because we leave the 20.
till,
No,
like-
we leave the 24th, so it would be 10 days.
So
We'll come back to 28.
It'll be dark out in the mornings then.
I don't know, because they're Eastern time, too. So would that make it an hour closer to the sun rise in the morning?
No, it would be darker longer.
No,
But then-
because the sun rises from the east, and we're going to the East Coast.
Yeah.
So then it should be like the sun should be coming up and out.
But at the time
but then
switches
the
anyways.
time switches too.
That's a
Maybe
good
I'm
one.
just I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Maybe we're
stupid and just-
overthinking this
yeah.
one. I think so. Anyways,
People are probably listening.
anyways,
just
we'll
like,
have longer nights though, and that means we'll be able to chill outside at 7:30 and
Mhm. Is anything
light a
planned to do
cigar.
during the day?
no, we're gonna
Good.
get down there and just go with the flow.
Yeah.
So if it's 80 out that day, we're gonna probably sit at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
If it's rainy, we're probably gonna go bar hopping and eat food all
Mhm.
day long, and that would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited.
so
It's gonna go so fast because we're gonna enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
a good group of people, and like everyone, like it was on the same vibe for like. And I think everyone has the same idea where like we've all just been busting ass, and now like
We're all ready for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh for sure.
I can't wait.
And then after that, you come back, and it almost be turkey hunting season. And you can go get a turkey.
I don't turkey hunt.
Did you want to go though? You told Hunter you want to maybe go on the mentor hunt. You don't even have to have your license.
Oh yeah, then I would.
I don't think. We should talk to him about that because that would be kind of sweet. Record you going and blasting a freaking rooster.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta work a full day tomorrow.
Yeesh.
Me too. And then I'm gonna go out of my house. And maybe break another wall down.
I'm trying to get in on some Kohler Foundry overtime.
Where's that at?
Kohler Foundry.
Where?
Kohler.
Like where and like from here?
In Kohler.
Like how far? I don't know how far that is.
It's right before Sheboygan.
Oh,
So
that's not too bad then.
yeah. So
What are you doing for?
I'd work my full 40 till 2:30 on Friday, go home, nap, then work 6 p.m. Friday night till 6 a.m. Saturday, go home,
Sleep.
sleep, eat, wake up, go back to Kohler for 6 p.m. Saturday till 6 a.m. Sunday. Then come home, sleep,
and
eat,
then
and then Monday morning, 6 o'clock, back to a 40. And apparently they have enough work that that's going to be going on for the foreseeable future.
You gonna take that?
I put my name in the hat. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens if I can get it on it.
That'd be awesome.
24 hours of double time on the weekend.
Yeah, dude.
I'll take that.
I was just thinking of that. These guys, well, Brad is a soup at this job or whatever. He said last winter they were doing 7 days a week, as many hours as they wanted.
Oof.
Dude, you could be like, I would work my normal 40 and then just go do 10s or something on.
Do 4 10s and then all of a sudden just ramp up.
Yeah,
You start doing
and then
12s on the weekend.
On the weekend, yeah.
On Fridays and the weekend.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, that's what I would be like. Yeah, I'll do some 10s today, get my 10s done, and then boom, 12. I would do that.
Yeah.
For a winter. What else? We don't do anything in the winter anyways, especially if I didn't have the house. Like, I always tell Anna that. I'm like, be ready, because as soon as like all this project's done, as soon as something comes up at work again, I know what's going to happen to me soon, where I'm going to end up on a job like that where, hey, we're doing 12s or something stupid, you know.
Yeah.
It's supposed to ramp up a lot in the summer here because all the schools are getting done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe hospitals. Like, I guess we have tons of schools that are supposed to get done. I hope they got more things planned besides that, because
I'm not a big fan of the hospital. Well, the hospital work ain't bad unless it's like sometimes we get put in these hospitals where it's just like you're popping ceiling tiles and coning off. Like, I did
boring.
Well, it sucks because like it's like cut in a tap, and then flex to a new grill out in the emergency room waiting area. It's like, all right, well now I gotta find cone everything off so nobody walks underneath.
Yeah.
Then any mess I make up, I gotta vacuum, and then all of a sudden somebody from the hospital's like, "You got something on my desk? Like you gotta like you." Pop a tile and the tile's like flaked down.
Yeah.
I mean that it goes everywhere, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
and then
how
the
it is.
foreman's coming up to you like, "Why are you leaving a mess?" And it's just like, dude, like.
That's how, dude. They have to wear, when they did some of these rooms, they have to wear all plastic like suits and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to like wear booties over your hair, your feet, your boots, and then as soon as you get in the room, you gotta take it all off, and then as soon as you go back out in the like tons of plastic hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
When we were at Society Insurance, like that's how it was too. Every time you came back,
At an insurance building?
yeah, we did. We had like plastic hung up all over every time we came out.
Dude.
We had to. Oh, and that was right when COVID started, so the whole mask thing and
Mm-hmm.
all that, and that was just so new at the time. It was like, geez, like going through all these precautions or whatever, and I don't know.
Yeah, I worked at that Aurora in Oshkosh for like a bunch of shutdown work. And that was like all plastic, and it was in like the surgery unit. So you'd have to gown up, you'd have to wipe the wheels off of your carts, cover all your carts. Like dude, to get like,
Because germs and all that, and then
'cause they're-
affecting him.
yeah, cuz it's in like a room right next to you. If you punch through the drywall, you're going to see some dude cut open like.
Yeah, and then it could get in there.
Yeah.
You know.
So like you had to wipe the wheels down, you had to cover to go get, if you forgot something outside and you had to go back to the truck to get it, it was at least like a half-hour ordeal. To gown up, gown down,
Yeah.
go get it, come
Dude,
back,
I've done
wipe
that
it down.
so many times too.
Yeah.
Like today, I think I walked back and forth across the job site like 400 times. 'Cause
Mhm.
you get over there and you're like, or you can't carry everything.
Mhm.
You get over there, all of a sudden you're like, I need a cord. You get back, I need a longer cord. I got to add on to this one. Oh, I got to get the impact. Oh, I'm using 3-inch screws. I ran out of screws. I need more screws. Oh, I got to get 2-inch screws. Just little things like that where it's like back and forth. Like in a hospital, that would be terrible. Brad, he said that Andy Leonard's dad had like 25 years in at
All at Ignesian, yeah. Mike?
yeah, and then Andy had like 20 in. Brad had like 6 or something. Andy Renz had like 10.
Andy Renz was this.
Sabish and
Soup
something
there
else had a couple
last
more. Like, and then he said that the nuns sold it to SMS, which is I guess they have like 30 or something
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
hospitals, and those are all over the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever they make money, they send it back to, like, say the hospital in Virginia that hasn't been updated in 20 years. Well, then the money goes there. Well, then so it could be 20 years till Ignesian gets anything special done to it. But he said that the nuns would just nonstop. They would just make so much money there that they would just keep updating things, like adding on to
Yeah,
things.
Mike like lived there,
That's insane. 25 years.
just sitting at the hospital doing stuff. That's why, like,
imagine the cake days you'd have on some of them jobs.
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I used to live by Mike Leonard in Donovan Circle.
Really?
Yeah.
He lives in.
So you
Yeah.
know where I used to live in Donovan Circle in the corner?
Yeah.
If you were, my house was, when you turn right, he lived in that like same corner, but if you turn left.
Kitty corner from you.
Yeah.
Oh no. If I would turn right, I would end up in your corner. But
Yeah.
if I would turn left, he was in that corner.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's like the front lot or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I guess.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I worked on Andy's job at the hospital in Waupun.
Yeah, when I worked with him in Madison, that was a pretty good gig because I just started, and those guys were really nice about like teaching you things
Yeah.
and helping you stuff. And I worked with a pretty good laborer that has been there for like 5 years, so, and he was like good with like, hey, we gotta do this. But hey, go do this. But then it like helps you like, I don't know, it helps you like pick up on like what you're supposed to be doing at certain moments or times in the day.
Yeah. Good old Ignesian.
They must have made it. I wonder how many years like the nuns or like owned that thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
How old it was? Like, is it like
My grandpa worked
1800
there,
type
dude.
thing? You know?
In the 50s, my grandpa worked there. I think he
Really?
said he put like the 8th floor on the hospital or something in like 1956
They should have put more
or
money into
something.
getting better doctors or training. Seems like a lot of bad things happen there.
I don't know. Yeah, we redid the reception area in the emergency room, and Andy was the soup. That was a year
Renz?
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I worked with him the last couple weeks too, and he's been one of my favorites too. And it was just an easy. I was the only person on the job for a while besides 2 other soups, Andy and Noodles, and that was sweet. Like, not that it was like all easy work, but like we would be putting cabinets in some days or just running
Yeah.
dumpsters and doing demo on bathrooms. Like 3 hours of the day was some decent work, and then after that it was not too bad. Like it was nice carpentry work. Let's just say that.
So Smith probably won't be getting any work there for a while. Unless,
No, I don't. That's the way it sounds like with new owners and stuff, that the money usually goes into like the lagging hospitals. And
Yeah.
like with this one being up to date with most of all the stuff, the way it sounds. Yeah, and I don't know.
Hmm.
Which is wild because think of that, the combined years.
That means we're probably not getting in there either for anything mechanical.
You guys-
Unless there's like something that like
wild.
we're almost there every year because they like one of their coils will freeze and burst in the winter because they didn't like forget what you got to put through the lines.
Winterize it.
Yeah, you got to put some chemical through there so that they don't freeze up in the coils and the air handlers don't
And they
burst.
just lack that.
like
Their
somebody
maintenance guy probably, yeah.
just
waits
overlooks
too
it.
long.
And there's so many freaking
Oh, it's,
units in that building.
I'd like to see the roof of that.
That was up there.
Is there just a unit everywhere?
No, it's like an enclosed like you go up
Oh.
onto the roof and then like you walk up and it's like a separate like
Can you see
rooftop
quite a ways?
building.
Good views or no? It's
I
pretty
don't know,
down. It's
yeah,
pretty
it's-
downtown. Like
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
first
It's
is
not
like
that tall either.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's tall, but it's not like
Yeah,
tall.
like
I don't know.
Milwaukee. I
Yeah.
kind that's one thing I'd like to like in Milwaukee. I hate heights, but I think it'd be kind of fun sometime to like if you're tied off and all
Mhm.
that to kind of go work on. But the guys are telling me that they'll be in the 135-foot booms. Yeah, think of that. I was in like a 60 and I hated that sometimes.
Yeah.
When I first got in, now I can go on the things and I don't care. Like I'll boom it all the way out, it'll
Mhm.
bounce. I just don't care. But imagine being double that distance and then some. In the you know how it is now when you barely move
Mm-hmm.
the joy and all of a sudden you're like and you swing over. Especially in some of those lifts that just suck, dude. Where they're like they must be programmed like so far behind where the calibration's off. Imagine being 130 feet out over a high rise or whatever in Milwaukee and then trying to swing a boom.
Yeah, there's a lot of our foremen that have stories like that where like before I worked at Ahern, I did like our union will do like exterior like architectural sheet metal like on the outside of buildings. So then you got to like boom way the hell up there to like work on like a little gutter at the top or something.
Yeah.
And you hear like stories like that where it's just like you walk wrong and then you're like swinging 5 feet one way or another. It's just like
No thanks.
no.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, but I have a feeling one of these days. Because the thing is, like, I won't say no. They're
Yeah.
like, go do this. Like, okay. Like, I don't want to, but
I'll be white knuckling the railings
Yeah,
all the way.
I'm not going to like this one bit, but I'm not going to say no. Yep. Sometimes I wish I did, but it's what it is. Yeah. It's kind of that mindset thing. Just carries over into like pretty much everything. It's not trying to be a bitch. It's trying not to be a bitch personally, you know? Well, wrap her up. How long's it been?
Hour 7.
Oh, yeah. We got a solid hour of content there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Jay, you got any last words?
No.
I think I'm going to go grab some Panda. I like to get the white rice and the grilled teriyaki. Keep it small. Still fit into my calories on my cut, which has just been beating my ass. But anyways, I think we should both look into doing 75 hard. And then, well, maybe we'll talk about it on vacation. We'll come back with a layout. And we don't even have to do the exact program. We could just like
No, you got to do it right.
his program.
Yeah. Or it's not doing
It's
75
not 75
hard.
hard. You're right. That's just me. If Andy was here, he'd be chewing my
Yeah, he
ass. It's
would.
me being a bitch. You're right. Because it's summertime coming up, and I want to enjoy.
I'll do the 25 hard.
That one you can drink, smoke.
I'm on the 25 hard. It's this new kind of diet. It's just called the go ahead and
I
eat
gotta have
it, you
20
fat fuck
Yeah, I got
diet.
25 drinks a weekend. Decent.
I gotta keep it to a 30 rack every weekend.
Smetty's down for that one. Dude, that kid can chug.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. I hope you share this and check us out on Spotify or iTunes or Apple Music, wherever you guys
Instagram.
get your podcasts. Yeah, follow us on Instagram at Don't Want to Hear. I believe that is
Yeah.
our tag. YouTube is 920 Waterfall, and you'll find us on there. We have a separate playlist, and we also have a couple different like motivational videos, hunting videos, just a bunch of random content. I kind of want to add a bunch of like little vlogs or something in the summertime when we're doing random things too, like if me and you were, or like cigar reviews, like something just simple, like 10 minutes, but it's just, we're just kind of like what we do on here. But yeah, I think maybe in a week or two, on Tuesday it's supposed to be like 60. Dude, we should bring the podcast outside on like the porch, have a little cigar, and
I'd be down.
Maybe Josh or somebody would join us for that one, shoot the shit for a while. All right, that's gonna do her. We'll see.
Check out Matt on OnlyFans.
Yep, OnlyFans.
DM for butthole pictures.
Little Dick Rick. Yeah. I only send ass pictures and the goat, and once in a while the blossom. If you want to know what that is, it's only $10 a month. Gets you explicit content, 3 messages a day. I do have a VIP that I run for $14.99, but you have to sign up for. It's kind of goofy how they run it, but you do have to sign up for the monthly subscription first before you get access to the VIP.
This is really in depth. Like you've thought about this before.
I have. All right. Anyways, check me out. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.